still got it. 21 points in just 12 minutes. The Heat had a 60-56 lead. And here come the Sixers. 6-point game. Tipped in by Ilyasova. A 2-point lead for Miami. Wade stripping it from the back all by himself. Wade buries it. Stepping into a time machine tonight has been off the charts. It is over. Dwayne Wade and the Heat taking game 2.
With D-Wade scoring a season-high 28 points, delivering a vintage performance that helped Miami split the series. He filled it up with the mid-range game, making 7 of his 8 attempts last night. I need some further context. There are 11 teams with fewer mid-range makes so far this postseason. Teams.
He was fueled by Kevin Hart. He said as much. And maybe the Sixers should stop having Kevin Hart ring the bell pregame, because they lost last night and they lost when he did it a year ago before a Warriors game.
Yeah, and stop talking to Dwayne Wade, because he was fired up. A performance that made one Sixer a little anxious.
Yeah, well, it made his wife happy. You did state that.
Yes.
One Sixer anxious.
She made him happy.
Stop. That's my fault. Yeah, especially because Joel Embiid, he couldn't help. Forced to watch from the sidelines.
Yeah.
Missed the last 3 weeks because that fractured orbital bone. So he's anxious. We understand.
Sure.
He's frustrated. Here's what he posted on his Instagram story. Bleeping sick and tired of being babied. And you know what? Can't blame him. He's competitive. Who doesn't want to play, right? We get it. Tried to clean it up later, but the bleep was out there. Here's Tim Legler with his thoughts on Joel.
While I completely understand Joel Embiid's competitiveness and frustration with not being able to play right now while his team's participating in the playoffs, I think he needs to harness that in a different direction, show a little bit more maturity right there. People understand you want to get back and play, but that's not going to be helpful to the organization moving forward. If you're the Sixers, I do question how they handled this from the beginning. To me, it should have been a definitive Game 3. You will not see him until then. By saying Game 2 or Game 3, it almost felt like they were saying, well, it depends on what happens in Game 1. To me, it should have been, is he good enough to play, healthy enough to play in Game 2? Whether you make a Game 2, regardless of the outcome of Game 1. And I think that's why Joel Embiid is frustrated right now. The good news for him, it looks like this rest is coming to an end. You will see Joel Embiid on the court in Game 3 down in Miami, and the Sixers will be grateful to get him back.
All right, Tim Legler, we appreciate that insight. We got the Warriors, we got the Spurs last night as well. The Dubs piled on. Got off to a slow start. They committed 7 first-quarter turnovers, down 6 at the half. Here's Steve Kerr on that.
They just took it to us the whole first half. They were tremendous defensively. They got after us. They took away everything we were trying to do. So in the second half, I thought we matched that effort level, that physicality, and were able to get the upper hand.
That upper hand came courtesy of both hands of Kevin Durant in the third quarter, pulling up 3 in transition. In the second half alone, Warriors outscored the Spurs 69-48. The third quarter was huge. Durant had 11 of his team-high 32 points in that third frame. Let's go to the fourth. It was Klay Thompson. Marcus Aldridge, he hit some tough shots off of one leg. Klay, 16 of his 31 in the fourth quarter. Here's Kerr on that.
In fact, the injury may have helped him a little bit. He finally got some time off. So I think in hindsight, probably wasn't the worst thing for him to get a few weeks off, and because he looks really, really fresh and sharp right now.
Shooting 70% from the field in this series. All right, more playoff action tonight. You got the Wizards and the Raptors. Toronto trying to go up 2-0 in a playoff series for the first time in franchise history. Remember, it took them so long to win Game 1 for Toronto. You got the Bucks and the Celtics. They resumed their series. They went to the limit and then some in Game 1. Overtime win for Boston. Greek Freak, 35 points, not enough. He does, though, have 3 straight 30-point games in the playoffs. And the Blazers are down 1-0 to the Pelicans. Need to contain Anthony Davis. 5 straight 25-point games to start his playoff career.